what I'd like you to do, kind of scoot your chair back a little bit because we're going to be move your laptop. If you have a keyboard, kind of move that out of the way. And we're going to start by doing some of the neck and shoulder stretches. Kind of rest your hands kind of gently on the table. And we're going to start by doing some neck rotations. Look all the way over your shoulder one way. Going to rotate slowly and all the way over your left shoulder. And then back to center. And rotate all the way over your right shoulder. Gently move through. All the way over to the left. Going to bring it back to center, and now we're going to do some head tilts. And with the head tilts, it's really important to focus your chin over your chest, over your sternum. So I'm going to tilt my right ear to my right shoulder. Going to bring it back up. My left ear to my left shoulder, and you can see here, this is my tighter side. And really try to focus on keeping your arm down. Otherwise, it kind of sneaks up, and then you're not really getting the benefit of the stretch. And we're going to bring it back up. And because I'm tight on this side, I'm going to do it one more time on this side. And then I'm going to bring it back up. And here, when you're sitting at your desk, often these kind of side neck muscles, your scaling muscles get super tight. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of an advanced stretch through here, where I'm going to rotate my head over. I'm going to drop my chin down. And as I'm dropping down, I'm going to pivot my neck and slowly look up. And what you can see here is all these scaling muscles are really getting a really nice stretch. And this is a pretty advanced stretch, really kind of make sure the shoulder stays down. Sometimes I like to put my arm behind, but it is one of these more advanced stretches. But I find if I've been at my computer a really long time, it's really beneficial. I'm going to slowly release and slowly come back up. And with all these neck stretches, you don't want to hold them for too long, about 20 seconds, sometimes up to 30. But any longer than that, and your neck can kind of have a nasty little habit of spasming. So I'm going to rotate my head to the left. I'm going to drop my chin down. I'm going to rotate through and look up. You can see on this side, my scaling muscles. Put my arm behind my shoulder, behind my back even. I'm going to drop it down, rotate down, and lift my head up. Now we're going to go into some nice shoulder rolls. So with these, get yourself nice and comfy, adjust a little bit. So shoulder rolls. If you've seen our Stretching Around the House series, you'll be quite familiar with these. It's a great one though. I'm not going to do shoulder rolls forward. I always like to do them back because we really want to open up the chest. So I'm going to lift my shoulders up to my ears. Normally I tell you never to put them up to your ears, but this one we want to roll them back down, really squeezing my scapulars together, really focusing on putting my right shoulder blade in my left back pocket, my left shoulder blade in my right back pocket, and really kind of scoot round, really kind of exaggerate the movement. And especially through here, you really want to push back up. When you're at your computer all day, we're so far forward, really want you to focus on opening these up, rolling back down. One more time. Really focus on keeping these shoulders down, squeezing the scapulars together. You can shake them out. And now I'm going to do one of my little teapot stretches that I so love to do. With this one, I'm going to be reaching my palm up, really pushing up to the ceiling, getting a great stretch here through your lats, into your serratus, even kind of affects your trapezius a little bit. I'm going to have my little teapot handle. So reaching up, when you really want to focus on elongating, pushing up and through, I'm going to be bending over. I'm going to use the arm of my chair, and then I'm going to scoot forward so I can reach through, getting a really nice kind of spinal twist. And then I'm going to reach my hand up. Nice arching circle, breathing normally, naturally all the way through. I'm going to come back down. I'm going to do on the other side, I'm going to repeat. First of all, I really want you to focus elongating, stretching through, palm forward, shoulder, elbow on my chair, reaching over over, really stretching. Then you can reset a little bit. And then you can sweep back through, getting a really nice full body twist. Gonna slowly arch up and out. And then back down. Now I'm going to scoot forward a little bit, and I'm going to clasp my hands behind. Really want to focus in the office here about really opening up your chest. So I'm going to clasp my hands, pushing my chest forward, stretching really up, really opening up to the upper thoracic area here, upper chest. And then back down. I'm going to do that one more time. And down. And then what's really nice is when you're in this position, it's a really great moment to do a spinal twist. So I'm going to put my hand in front of the table, on the table right here. And then using your chair, either up here or lower down, do a really nice spinal twist. Really wrapping around as far as you can. Really trying to focus, keeping your shoulders down. Mine always have a nasty little habit of rising up. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. I'm going to twist slowly, unwind slowly. If you don't want to do any like sharp movements here because things tend to spasm when you do any sharp rotation. Arm on my table or desk, and then rotate. And you'll see I'm a little bit stuck here, so I need to work on this. Really reaching round and through. Deep breath in, and exhale. I'm going to do another one here just to really get a little bit further rotation through. Back down. I'm going to come back to center. So we're going to push the chair back a little bit because now I'm going to start getting into some of the lower body. And cross my leg over. Do some nice little ankle rotations on this one. Ankles are crunching. Back down. I'm going to lean forward. Using my elbow, always like adding like a little bit of a stretch through here. And then I'm going to place my hands on the table and lean forward. And my left side is definitely a lot tighter. A little bit lower and just really gently straightforward. This is a great one to do in your office because this, you know, if you only have like a minute, this is a really great one just to loosen up through the hip area. I'm going to come back up to cross one leg over the other to create a nice bend here, and depending once again how flexible you are. Just going to rest it on the top of my quad here. And then if you can inch it a little bit off because you just want to do some nice ankle rotations, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then I'm going to press my elbow down and getting a nice stretch here through the inner thigh. And then I'm going to lean forward. It's almost like a seated pigeon, this one. Leaning forward, really getting into, I feel it. Right in my glutes, piriformis. And it's really nice to actually stretch out glutes and piriformis. You've been sitting all day, they get super tight. I'm going to bring it back up. Now I'm going to scoop my chair a little bit forward because I'm going to use my desk to do some really nice wrist and hand stretches. So first of all, hands out in front, nice circle rotations. Using our hands on those keyboards all day long. And I'm just about to get into a little bit more defined stretches here, so I'm just going to warm these wrists up. So I'm going to put my hands on the table. This may seem and look a little bit funny, but it's great for your wrists and hands. So I'm going to bend my elbow up, really pressing my palm into the table. I'm going to repeat. On the other side, really pressing my palm into the table. Do this again. Then I'm going to lift my palm up, trying to keep my little thumb on the table right here. Really kind of roll through my knuckles, really kind of opening those up. I'm going to take my thumb up. Hello. Going to waggle it around a little bit. Our thumbs do way too much texting. Bring it back down. Same with my left, really kind of Stretch up and through, really getting a nice stretch through my knuckles here. Kind of roll through. I got my little thumb around, bring it back down. And then we're gonna do some little finger stretches. Now, I'm not really good with these, but I'm gonna lift my thumb up. And there, little finger up here. Now this, like, oh, it's cooperating today. See, one is higher than the other. This one, it's almost like a mind game doing this. Back up with my little pinky. Up, 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 up. And now, I want to get a little bit stronger stretch, so I'm actually going to stand up, press my palms down, and really lean in and forward. I'm getting a great stretch through here. And now I'm going to walk my hands, so I'm going to start facing fingers to fingers, pointing forward, back around, and then this one that makes me look like I'm double jointed, which I'm not. I'm going to slowly rock back, but be careful by don't going too far back, because it really is a nice stretch through here, and most of us are pretty tight. Bring back forward, back down. And now I'm going to shake them out a little bit, because it's a lot of work for them. I'm just going to move my chair off to the side a little bit, because I'm going to do a standing downward dog at the table. So here, make sure you've got enough, no one's behind you, got enough space. I'm just going to slide my hands forward, come through, pushing my hips back, getting a nice stretch. Upper body, even into my hamstrings. I like to paddle my feet here a little bit. Then I'm going to come in, and I want to really stretch out my triceps here, so I'm actually going to put my elbows on the table. I'm going to drop down. And this is a very deep stretch, so just watch this one a little bit, but it's a really great one for these triceps that tend not to get stretched that much. Pushing my hips back, really dropping my chest through, really stretching out, and you'll feel it all the way through here. And a lot of us get really tight subscapularis under here. So this is a great stretch for that. Anyone who's had frozen shoulder, this is a really great one for them. I'm gonna bring it back up. Standing, coming to a standing position, and now I'm going to do some lower body stretches. Who knew you could do a low body stretch at your desk? I'm going to bring my chair back in. I'm going to use my chair to do a psoas stretch, so just positioning it. And if you have casters, just make sure, I'm carpet here, but you can always put a little bit of paper under the casters if you need to. But I'm going to put my knee on the chair, hold it firm, put my leg through. I'm going to slowly lunge forward. If you've seen our Stretching Around the House series, you'll be familiar that we do this stretch in various positions. It's a great one. The psoas can be quite the troublesome muscle, so I really want you to stretch forward. I want you to come back out. And for some of you, this may be enough. This muscle really doesn't get stretched a lot. I want you to come back down, just breathing normally and naturally through it. And then bring back up. I'm going to put my leg through, really kind of adjust my position, and I'm going to use my chair to do a nice hamstring stretch. I'm going to keep important to keep this hip rotated in and forward. You can let your foot drop out for a little bit, but then I want you to bring it back up. Chest up. I want you to be leaning forward, chest up high. Foot is flexed, so it's a great hamstring stretch. Slowly leaning forward. That's about as far as I can go today, which isn't that great. A bit forward, but it's really important that you keep these hips closed in. The minute you open the hip up, you kind of lose the stretch through here. So if you can rotate in and forward, and then we're going to slowly come up out of that hamstring stretch. We're going to do bent leg. So I'm going to do standing pigeon. Just readjust my position a little bit. And with pigeon, you want to collapse forward. You want to be pushing your hips back. So I'm taking this one, I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as I drop forward, pushing my hips back, I can get a nice standing pigeon using my desk chair. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to alter the angle depending on what angle that you're doing, depends on how tight or flexible you are. Lean forward, push my hips back. I'm going to be coming back up. And what you want to do is actually repeat that whole sequence on the other side. And then, when you're ready, you can sit back down at your desk and you're good to get on with the rest of your day. And really with some of these stretches, if you don't have a lot of time, just do the upper body. If your lower body's affecting you a little bit more, just do the lower body sequence, and hopefully at lunchtime you can do the full body routine. But who knew you can do a full body routine just using your desk and your chair?